This harness is now available for the Accent AAF57. It takes the complexity out of doing a remote start at your dealership. For those that are currently doing remote start installs, it will save you a ton of time. Ensure that the kit contains all the parts listed before beginning the installation. Ensure that all the necessary information, tools, and measuring equipment are available before beginning the installation. Open the driver door. Using a trim removal tool, pry apart the left side panel of the dashboard. Using a Phillips screwdriver, remove the upper screw and lower screw of the side of the dash panel. Disassembling the lower panel. Using the Phillips screwdriver, remove the two screws located at the bottom of the dash panel. Open and remove the fuse box door panel. Using the ratchet and a 10mm socket, remove the two bolts located at the bottom of the fuse box opening. Using a trim removal tool, pry the panels of the driver's side kick panel. Using a trim removal tool, pry apart the lower panels of the dashboard. Disconnect the connector located at the lower panels of the dashboard. Using a ratchet with a 10mm socket, remove the bolts from the under-dash protective panel. Disassembling the steering column cover, turn the steering wheel a quarter turn to the left. Remove the screws located at the left side behind the steering wheel. Turn the steering wheel a quarter turn to the right. Remove screw located at the right side behind the steering wheel. Remove the screw located at the right side under steering wheel. Once the screws are removed, gently separate the top half from the bottom half. Remove the bottom half of the steering column shroud. Disconnect the harness located at the rear of the vehicle's ignition switch. Connect the main ignition T-harness between the vehicle's ignition harness and the ignition switch itself. Secure the T-harness with a tie wrap. Disconnecting the immobilizer key sense switch connector located at the side of the ignition switch cylinder. Connect the interface T-harness between the vehicle's key sense harness and the key sense switch connector itself. Make sure to secure the harness so it cannot interfere with the steering column. Remove the OBD2 diagnostics connector from its support. Connect it to the T-harness. Mount the OBD2 diagnostics connector of the T-harness to the original location. Connecting the parking lights and horn wires. Without projector type headlamps, connect the parking light wire, loose black and yellow wire of the T-harness, to the pink black wire on pin 7 of the parking lights. With projection type headlamps, connect the parking light wire, loose black yellow wire of the T-harness, to the orange wire on the pin 1 of the parking lights. Use the wire stripper to remove the wire insulation. Twist and solder the wires together, then isolate the connection with electrical tape. Connect the horn wire, loose brown wire of the T-harness, to pin 6 at the horn connector, white 12-pin connector, located at the steering column behind the ignition switch. Feed the hood switch wire through the firewall rubber garment. Find the hood switch wire in the box, loose black white, and pass it through the engine firewall garment. Then attach the loose black white wire of the interface T-harness. Installing the hood switch. With the vehicle's hood open, locate the driver's side hood hinge. Being careful not to scratch the paint, remove the lower 12mm bolt. Position the hood switch and fasten the bolt back. Note, ensure to tie down the wires by using tie wraps. Connect one of the wires from the hood switch to ground. Connect the other wire to the black-white you just passed through the engine firewall. Use the wire stripper to remove the wire's insulation. Twist and solder the wires together and isolate the connection with electrical tape. Once this is done, the harness leaving the switch should be protected by wire loom provided and tape in each side. The loomed harness has to be secured with tie wraps. The RF module antenna must be installed inside the vehicle in the center of the windshield. Peel the tape on the RF module's antenna and position the antenna on the windshield inside the vehicle, at least 9 centimeters, 3 inches below the roof liner with its pole pointing down, it is recommended to install the antenna so that it is hidden from the driver's view by the rear view mirror. Run the antenna cable between the roof and the roof liner, behind the left A pillar. Trim and run down under the driver's dashboard. Connect the antenna to the RF module, smaller black box, with the 2 supplied harness. Connect the remote starter module, larger black box, to the 4-pin connector of the RF module using supplied 4-pin cable. The installation is now completed. Turn the ignition key to the on position. The LED will flash orange. Warning: once LED is flashing orange on the module, it is now safe to connect the JDS scan tool. When connecting the JDS, make sure it is powered on and the vehicle ignition is on. Choose Immobilizer. ID registration. Learned keys. Enter 6-digit PIN code. Then follow procedure. When you're done reprogramming physical keys, you have to program the module as an extra key. When the GDS is ready to program the extra key, press and release the IPB, integrated programming button. Wait until the LED turns on solid green and turn off. JDS will confirm the module is programmed as a key. You can now exit the JDS programming. Make sure the RF module is plugged in as described above. Press and hold programming button on the RF module to enter pairing mode. The LED will flash red. While holding the programming button, press the log button on the remote to pair the RF module. The LED on the RF module will stay on solid for 2 seconds. When the programming is finished, release the programming button on the RF module. For testing and closing up, please refer to the installation guide. For additional questions, call tech support at 1-800-361-7271.